This week, we begin our two-wheeled adventure with a ride to the very ends of the earth. Well, at least as far as Louisiana is concerned, right, TW?
That's right. We head down the Mississippi River to the Gulf of Mexico as far as the highway will take us, and then some. If you look at a map of Louisiana, it basically looks like a boot, and the area that makes up the big toe, where it dips into the Gulf of Mexico, is Plaquemines Parish. And the point at the very end of the parish is where I was headed. Crossing the Mississippi River in New Orleans on the Crescent City connection, I headed south on the Belle Chasse Highway, Louisiana Highway 23. As you ride along Highway 23, it becomes obvious that water is the parish's greatest resource. Fishing, in fact, is the #1 attraction here, and as you head south, you'll pass dozens of boat launches, camps, and fishing lodges, including what might be considered the Taj Mahal of fishing camps, Saltgrass Lodge. Now that's my idea of a fishing camp. Originally constructed as a private residence, Saltgrass is perched on the Mississippi River levee about halfway between Port Sulphur and Venice. It's a 7,000 square foot fishing and hunting lodge.
We try to cater to everybody here, from your inshore fishermen for redfish and speckled trout, offshore your tuna, bow fishing at night in an airboat.
At Saltgrass, you can fish all day and then spend your evenings in luxury. The lodge can sleep up to 24 people in accommodations ranging from the captain's quarters to the crow's nest, which just happens to be one of my favorites, with its unimpeded view of the Mississippi.
We'll accommodate you as best we can.
Leaving Saltgrass behind, I continued south. Now, if you're a history buff, you'll definitely want to pay a visit to the next stop on my tour, Fort Jackson.
Well, welcome, TW, to Fort Jackson. Glad you can make it.
I've really been looking forward to a tour of Fort Jackson. Let me just get my gear off and I'll be ready to go.
Fantastic.
Named for the 7th President of the United States and the hero of the Battle of New Orleans, Andrew Jackson, this is a great place to learn a little history.
This fort was actually constructed starting in 1822. It was completed in 1832. Andrew Jackson is the one that commissioned it, thus Fort Jackson, and it was used in the Civil War, and it was used for a training base after that. 1862 there was a battle, 1898 was used as a training base, and also in the early 1900s.
Floodwaters from Hurricanes Katrina and Isaac hit Fort Jackson pretty hard, and it was closed for a while, but it's open now on a limited basis. And it's definitely worth spending some time here.
You can walk all around the outside up at the top of the perimeter. As you can see, the casemates are closed due to the masonry being unstable in parts of it. It's an absolutely wonderful jewel of Plaquemines Parish, and we hope to keep it open as long as we can, but I know once restoration begins, we're going to have to close it.
Thank you
Great.
so much.
No, our pleasure.
I enjoyed it.
No, thank you for coming.
Wonderful. I'll be back.
All right, great. Always welcome.
After touring Fort Jackson, I was back on the bike and headed south again. The paved road ends south of Venice. Venice is aptly named. Like its Italian sister city, The main method of transportation here is by boat. Venice is a major transportation and support center for the petrochemical industry. It also features a couple of popular fishing marinas, like Cypress Cove. Cypress Cove features a full-service hotel, complete dock facilities, and a superb grill. At Cypress Cove, I hitched a ride with parish employee Scott Roussel for the final water portion of my journey south. Within moments, we were speeding down the mighty Mississippi to a place called Port Eads. Port Eads is the last permanent outpost along the Mississippi on its journey to the Gulf. Port Eads was almost totally destroyed by Hurricane Katrina, but through the efforts of Parish President Billy Nungesser, it has since been rebuilt. And boy, has it been rebuilt. Here in Louisiana, this is what the end of the world looks like.
T, welcome to Port Eads. I'm going to walk you around.
The new Port Eads features modern docking and refueling facilities, as well as spacious overnight accommodations, complete with full food services. It's operated under a public-private partnership with High Adventure Company.
You know, a lot of the fishers that come from Florida fish the rigs in the Gulf of Mexico off to Louisiana. Well, to get over here, they burn a lot of fuel. They'd have to come all the way into Venice or to other ports along the coast to get fuel. They're able to stop off at Port Eads, get a meal, fill up your tanks, and go back fishing. And at night, when a lot of boaters don't stay offshore, they're able to come into safe harbor.
As I headed back to Cypress Cove, I really felt as if I'd been to the ends of the earth. But my Plaquemines Parish journey was far from over. I hadn't even been on the eastern side of the river yet.
Louisiana loses more than a football field of land to coastal erosion every hour. A football field every hour.
For over 100 years, two families have worked with the Audubon Society to create the Rainey Conservation Alliance. This partnership remains a priority today at Tabasco on Avery Island, working together to restore valuable wetlands, conserve our way of life, but more is needed.
Join the home team today. Save America's wetland. Game on.
From beautiful country roads to quaint cobblestone streets, Webster Parish is the place to ride in Northwest Louisiana. Weekend getaway or extended vacation, we have something to offer everyone. Beautiful lakes, secluded bayous, history, art, architecture. In Webster Parish, adventure waits just around every turn in the road. Come ride Webster Parish. Come discover our good nature.
Have you tasted Lafayette, home to the very best Cajun and Creole and everything that's hot? And by hot, we mean cool in cuisine. The gateway to world-famous Louisiana seafood, caught fresh daily in the Gulf of Mexico, and home to amazing chefs serving up delectable dishes daily. You'll find it all here. Cajun, Creole, acclaimed, undiscovered, spicy, delicate, white linen, paper napkin. Get to Lafayette and taste what you've been missing.
Not your idea of an exciting way to stay in New Orleans? You deserve better. Discover the real New Orleans at Inns and B&Bs. Enjoy our culturally rich neighborhoods and relax in one-of-a-kind rooms. Hop a streetcar and experience the Big Easy's diverse attractions and bustling nightlife. Or stay in and create your own New Orleans experience. Your innkeepers are experts in hospitality. One night here, and you'll wonder why you ever decided to stay with one of those other guys. Discover a better way to stay, the New Orleans way to stay. Find a B&B that fits your personality at bbnola.com, where there are 200 rooms and no two alike.
It's a place where history was made and is retold every day. A place of magnificent mansions, quaint B&Bs, and historic inns. A place of southern hospitality and charm where biscuits and blues share equal billing. Where you can take a carriage ride or begin a 400-mile journey on one of America's most beautiful roads. For nearly 300 years, one of Old Man River's most precious jewels, Natchez, Mississippi. It's what you love about the South. Want more two-wheeled adventure? Just go to our website, LARider.tv, for all the latest in motorcycle travel, tourism, and adventure. LARider.tv is your gateway to the latest information about our show, as well as hundreds of videos, from previous episodes of our popular travel series to how-to videos, bike reviews, and motorcycle safety information. America on Two Wheels only airs once a week, but you can watch it anytime at LARider.tv.
The 2,500 square miles of land and water that make up Plaquemines Parish lie on a fairly narrow peninsula bordering the Mississippi River as it makes its way to the Gulf. There are two major highways in the parish: Louisiana Highway 23, which lies on the western bank of the river, and Louisiana Highway 39 on the eastern side. Two ferries connect the highways, one at Belle Chasse and the other about 30 miles south at Point Allahache.
What are we doing, TW?
Cross the river.
Riding alongside the eastern bank of the Mississippi, you'll find less traffic and a more rural landscape. In fact, the eastern side of the river is a great place to settle back and simply enjoy the ride. There are a number of camps and residences on this side of the river, including several old homes, and one of those east side homes is the oldest structure in all of Plaquemines Parish. Mary Plantation, the oldest plantation in Plaquemines Parish.
Mary Plantation dates back to 1720. It was first recorded on the French colonial land maps. In 1723 is when the first simple farmhouse was built here. Now it's used for special events, small weddings, corporate events, crawfish boils, or just a weekend getaway, family reunion. They get the whole house, and we leave them and give them the house, the carriage house, and the guest house, depending on the size of their group. 24 people will be able to sleep here. We'll be able to entertain for events 150 to 175.
Plaquemines Parish is a great place for riding. The traffic is light, the roads are in terrific shape, and the people are unbelievably friendly and helpful. If you like saltwater fishing, you probably already know about Plaquemines Parish. Venice is one of the top saltwater fishing spots in the country. But you don't have to fish to enjoy spending a little time in this part of the world.
You know, we've been through 5 hurricanes and an oil spill, and we bounced back quickly, and thanks to the people that come from all over the world to fish here in Plaquemines, it's really helped the community come back.
I had a great time riding Plaquemines Parish, and it's now one of my very favorite Louisiana destinations. Want to have a great time too? Stuff a change of clothes in your saddlebags and head south down the Mississippi to the ends of the earth. You won't regret it. And if you're like me, you'll definitely want to make it one of your regular rides.
You know, despite a couple of hurricanes and that big BP oil spill, Plaquemines Parish is flourishing. The food is fantastic, the scenery is terrific, and the fishing has never been better.
If you want to turn your moto vacation into a real Southern style retreat, don't forget to visit Woodland Plantation. My home for the night. Walking into the main house at Woodland Plantation is like stepping back in time. Built in 1834 and fully restored in 1998 by businessman Foster Crapell and his family, the grand old home features period antique furnishings and 9 luxurious guest rooms, all with private bath. Located on 50 acres fronting the Mississippi River, Woodland is a perfect place to enjoy a nature walk along the levee. It's also a great place for spotting local wildlife. In fact, on most afternoons during the summer, Buddy, the resident alligator, will make an appearance for you.
Come here, buddy. Hey, buddy. Come here, baby. Come here, baby. Oh, oh, oh.
I think he's looking at me. 9 structures are located at Woodland. 3, including the big house, are originals. 3 are new construction, and 3 were moved here by the Crapell family.
Well, we now have 29 rooms and we're getting ready to add 4 more. So we'll have 33 rooms by October. So we can accommodate up to 60 or so people.
Perhaps the most fascinating relocated structure is Spirits Hall, which was once St. Patrick's Catholic Church. Today it serves as a restaurant and reception hall, complete with a bar where the altar once stood.
A friend of mine's mom called and said, Foster, we've got an old condemned church and they won't let us burn it down. No one else wants it. We can't afford to have it torn down. If you can move it, you can have it.
Spirits Hall is where breakfast is served for guests. Lunch and dinner are also available by reservation. Believe me, the food here alone is worth a trip to Woodland Plantation. Before departing Spirits Hall, you may want to try Woodland Punch. It's the signature drink of Woodland Plantation, and it's made with Southern Comfort liqueur. Now, if you've been thinking Woodland Plantation looks familiar, it might be because its picture graced the Southern Comfort label for nearly a century.
Welcome to the country home of Southern Comfort, where we'll serve you Southern Comfort in more ways than one. Because it's all about the feeling of Southern comfort, Southern hospitality, good Southern food and service.
If you want to know what true Southern comfort is all about, just spend a few days at Woodland Plantation. If you're like me, you'll definitely come back for more. Speaking of Old South charm, when we come back, we're headed up the Mississippi River, this time to one of my favorite river towns, Natchez, Mississippi.
Want more two-wheeled adventure? Just go to our website, larider.tv, for all the latest in motorcycle travel, tourism, and adventure. LARider.tv is your gateway to the latest information about our show, as well as hundreds of videos, from previous episodes of our popular travel series to how-to videos, bike reviews, and motorcycle safety information. America on Two Wheels only airs once a week, but you can watch it anytime at LARider.tv.
Have you tasted Lafayette, home to the very best Cajun and Creole and everything that's hot? And by hot, we mean cool in cuisine. The gateway to world-famous Louisiana seafood, caught fresh daily in the Gulf of Mexico, and home to amazing chefs serving up delectable dishes daily. You'll find it all here. Cajun, Creole, acclaimed, undiscovered, spicy, delicate, white linen, paper napkin. Get to Lafayette and taste what you've been missing.
From beautiful country roads to quaint cobblestone streets, Webster Parish is the place to ride in Northwest Louisiana. Weekend getaway or extended vacation, we have something to offer everyone. Beautiful lakes, secluded bayous, history, art, architecture. In Webster Parish, adventure waits just around every turn in the road. Come ride Webster Parish. Come discover our good nature.
Not your idea of an exciting way to stay in New Orleans? You deserve better. Discover the real New Orleans at Inns and B&Bs. Enjoy our culturally rich neighborhoods and relax in one-of-a-kind rooms. Hop a streetcar and experience the Big Easy's diverse attractions and bustling nightlife. Or stay in and create your own New Orleans experience. Your innkeepers are experts in hospitality. One night here, and you'll wonder why you ever decided to stay with one of those other guys. Discover a better way to stay, the New Orleans way to stay. Find a B&B that fits your personality at bbnola.com, where there are 200 rooms and no two alike.
It's a place where history was made and is retold every day. A place of magnificent mansions, quaint B&Bs, and historic inns. A place of southern hospitality and charm where biscuits and blues share equal billing. Where you can take a carriage ride or begin a 400-mile journey on one of America's most beautiful roads. For nearly 300 years, one of Old Man River's most precious jewels, Natchez, Mississippi. It's what you love about the South.
Perched high on a natural bluff in a sweeping river bend, Natchez, Mississippi has been a favorite of river travelers since the first steamboats plied the Big Muddy.
And just like Old Man River himself, Natchez just keeps rolling along. And we roll there as often as we can. Located on a high bluff on the Mississippi River, Natchez is one of Mississippi's oldest cities. Founded in 1716, nearly 60 years before the American Revolution, Natchez quickly became an important cultural and trade center for early American life. But long before European settlers landed here, Native Americans had realized the strategic importance of this high spot on the Mississippi River. Centuries earlier, the Natchez Indians settled here, establishing villages and creating a trade route to the north, which later became known as the Natchez Trace. The Trace is not just a great ride, it has hundreds of historic sites along the way. Just outside Natchez is one of the most unusual, Emerald Mound. Located just north of Natchez at milepost 10.3, Emerald Mound is one of the largest ceremonial mounds created by Native Americans. Constructed by ancestors of the Natchez Indians in the early 13th century, the mound is 770 feet long, 435 feet wide, and 35 feet high. After a long day's ride, there's no better place to hang out than under the hill. Natchez Under the Hill is just what the name implies. It features a number of saloons, restaurants, and even a couple of residential properties, all located under the bluff on which the city sits. Back in the day of the paddle wheelers, the Under the Hill district was home to some of the roughest groups around, including gamblers, prostitutes, drunkards, and all types of criminals. Now that sounds like my type of place. It's very popular with bikers and is a great place to meet fellow riders, have a good meal and a drink, and enjoy the waterfront view. Oh, and if you like a little game of chance, the Isle of Capri Casino is permanently docked right here. You know how much I like to sample the local cuisine, and Natchez has some of the best Southern dining anywhere.
Yum.
There are dozens of great restaurants to choose from. One of my favorites is Magnolia Grill, which is located under the hill just up from the casino. This is a great place to enjoy an evening meal and watch the sunset across the Mississippi. Then there's Fat Mama's on Canal Street, a favorite of locals and tourists. Fat Mama's makes some pretty incredible tamales, and their knock-you-naked margaritas are world famous.
Delicious.
Woohoo! Natchez, Mississippi is a popular tourism location and is very motorcycle friendly. It boasts more than 1,000 historic structures, including a number of antebellum homes and mansions, many of which are open to the public. A number of them also offer overnight accommodations so that you can immerse yourself in Southern hospitality. No matter what your taste in music, food, or fun, you'll find it in Natchez, Mississippi. And believe it or not, I've just scratched the surface. Better check it out for yourself.
You know, TW, Natchez, Mississippi is one of those great southern towns that's managed to perfectly preserve its beauty and charm. And it's a wonderful place for a weekend ride or a motorcycle vacation.
And don't forget, it's a great place to either begin or end your journey on one of America's great motorcycle roads, the Natchez Trace.
That's right. And remember, it doesn't matter what you ride, just get out on it and ride. In fact, that's what we're about to do.
Remember, we haven't been everywhere, but it's on our list. See you next time on America on Two Wheels.
Want more two-wheeled adventure? Just go to our website, larider.tv, for all the latest in motorcycle travel, tourism, and adventure. LARider.tv is your gateway to the latest information about our show, as well as hundreds of videos, from previous episodes of our popular travel series to how-to videos, bike reviews, and motorcycle safety information. America on Two Wheels only airs once a week, but you can watch it anytime at LARider.tv.
God bless chrome cowgirls like us.